Gas that shit in there.
From the 757 to the 713, where you know we stay whipping through the streets. Some will call it swinging bang, some will call it slow ride. I just call it cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the beat.
It's the Cruising Podcast.
Cruising to the.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is Monday, June 15th. June 15th. We are at June, and it's the 15th. We are halfway through June. Goodness gracious, man. I feel like this month just started. What are we doing here? Oh, my goodness. This is going too quickly. It's going too quickly, y'all. But today's podcast we are doing today. Sorry, I gotta make sure I got my rundown together just in case I mess this up. All right. Today what we are doing is we're talking about Devil May Cry, the season 2 Devil May Cry. Also season 1. I don't know why I watched this of The Wild Rose. You guys will be surprised of what this is. Also season 1, hopefully the only season probably, of Nemesis that came out on Netflix about a month ago. I haven't talked about this stuff. And then they kind of like, put a little bit of a nice thing into it. We got Young Sherlock season 1. Hopefully they get an extra season 2. That's just me talking. But first, where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast. Also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Yes, welcome. Yeah, man, I've been super tired lately. Oh my gosh, so I've been trying not to sleep in. But today I just had to. I don't know what it is. I was super tired, and I don't know, man. It's just, I guess this old age is getting to me a little bit. No, I'm not old, but I'm getting there. No, I'm almost 37. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm almost 25 again. But no, I have been I've just been tired, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been really irritated too. A lot of irritating things have been compounding into each other, and I'm gonna take a step back from myself before I lose my mind. So yeah, it's just you know what I mean, like I told you guys, we've been in locked in season. We're trying to get as much content out as possible. A lot of podcasting going on. We got comic book review tonight on Instagram. I can't wait to do our Instagram and all the rest of my social media, so I can't wait to talk about those. The only reason why I'm not doing a comic book review here, I actually, you know what? I'll give you guys a little taste. Well, you're probably going to hear about it on Instagram before you hear it here. But I've met this guy on at Comapalooza. Actually, they stopped me at their booth, and they were like, "Hey man, you want to check out this comic book?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. I've been looking at it. I was like, I love the drawings. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, wow, right here. So it's called as you guys probably can see, it's called the Nephilim, and it's a young guy that has this. I think he said he has Black Flash. He has like it kind of looks like Deku's Black Whip, and he has this. He has these powers, and he's really seems like with this one, it seems like he's a rookie. You know what I mean? I even asked the guy after I read it. I was like, hey man, what is he a young? Because the way he's kind of talking. And he was like, yeah, man, he's about, 20, 21, 22, something like that, somewhere around there. And I was like, oh, okay. So if you guys get a chance, if you're listening to the podcast right now, I've been collecting comic books, especially from independent comic book creators, especially comic book creators that are here in Texas. And this is Z Comics, but I think it's like Zever Comics. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So here it is. Oh nope, this is it. Yeah, Zever Comics Universe. So the guy had beautiful drawings. I also have on the shirt that I was like, yo, I'm just gonna buy a shirt from these guys, because when I do the comic book review, I'm gonna be wearing, I'm wearing a shirt, not the Dutton Ranch shirt, but I got his actual shirt. If you guys want, if you want to see it, it'll be on the on the Instagram. But I like I said, I completely I enjoyed the comic myself, so I'm been doing a lot more reading. I've been I got some more reading to do here soon. I actually I met a lot, like I told you guys, I met a lot of Black creators this time around at Comapalooza, which is kind of cool. And then next week we got Anime Verse Fest, so it's convention season. But yeah, so I at this point, um I'm going to enjoy shit. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take care of my business and then also enjoy shit at the same time, and also and also be more social with people because I've been doing pretty good. I'm actually very proud of myself. Also, I know I talked to some people about this movie. I did see Furious. The only reason why I'm not doing a review on Furious is because I'm planning this out with Michael. Hopefully we can do this next week. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about it. Hopefully we can do this next week because we both were talking about this movie, and I feel like it would not be right to do a review of this classic. Yeah, I'm telling you guys right now, you might want to go see this, of this classic movie. Classic kung fu movie. You guys don't understand. I know it's weird. I should not probably just only be talking to Michael about kung fu movies, but that's just that's how we connect, man. All right, mind your business. But yeah, man, it's just really shit's just gonna get enjoyed at this point, man. I completely don't. If anybody has a problem with it, it is what it is. So we're gonna get right into the reviews. We're gonna talk about Devil May Cry Season 2, where we have Virgil makes it onto the scene. Virgil was folding the fuck out of Dante the whole entire time. Well, I will say this, and I say this for Bleach too, is that the only reason why Uryu beat Ichigo is because Ichigo wasn't fighting to kill. Virgil on the same thing, and of course, the reason why I'm saying this is because Johnny Young Bosch is also the voice of Dante. Just putting it out there, and you can hear it. And like now that like I'm listening and I can hear him, like I can hear his voice, and I know it's him doing the Dante. I was like, this is Ichigo just as a like a half demon. Like this is so cool. That I guess this is my favorite voice actor, except for Steve Blum. Like Steve Blum as Spike Spiegel. So I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I'm just like, yo, that's him. That's Ichigo. He makes the same noises, the same grunt, all that. All they just need is number one, shining bright for everyone. So we didn't get that. We don't have that. But what I will say about Devil May Cry is that the score, whoever came up with that score for the emo rock movement that, Black people might not say this, but they listened to. Okay, I don't care what anybody. Evanescence, they did My Immortal for Evanescence and it sounded different. It had like a little different sound to it. Holy mother goose. Woo! You brought me back. That's what it was. You just wanted to bring me back, and I came back with a vengeance. I loved it. But like I was saying before, I know I kind of went off track a little bit, but I was saying this with Bleach, but at the same token, like Virgil was trying to kill Dante. He did not give a fuck about he did not care about Dante. His mission was to bring hell on Earth, or Makai on Earth, however guys you want to say it. I enjoyed it. I loved the show. Great sword fights. I'm a big sword fighting fan. The plot was amazing. Dante's dynamic with Lady was great. I think the biggest mistake that he made was trying to destroy that coin instead of hiding. But I don't think here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think he had a chance to hide. I would say that but he didn't have a chance to hide this whole time. I think this was like really this season where Dante just needs to get his ass whooped. And I like that Netflix is like with these boss fights that happens in the video games, it feels like you're playing the video. It feels like a cinematic of you playing the video game again. And I think they have done a really good job at first of all exploring the lore of these video games. Like if you guys haven't, Castlevania, great anime. I mean, we have to call it anime. I feel like it's anime or cartoon, whatever way you want to fucking call it. But I think that they have done a really good job with these adaptations. The Tomb Raider one, I haven't seen season 2 yet. I know you guys are on that. My bad. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but that season 1 was amazing. And exploring the lore and expanding on the lore of Lara Croft was amazing also. And with this Devil May Cry, they are doing the same thing. They're exploring the lore of Devil May Cry. Why is Virgil and Dante separate? You know what I'm saying? Why is the children of Sparta fighting against each other? Who really killed their mother? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I think they really I think they have done a fantastic job of fleshing out these stories. And for it to be 8 episodes and they still fleshed it out really good, they didn't feel like it was rushed. They didn't feel like some of these fight scenes was this, that. No, it was really good fight scenes. It was so good. I enjoyed every part of it. If you guys have not watched it yet, you're going to enjoy yourselves. I promise. The sword fighting and the gunfights alone. Pull your double trigger. You know what I mean? Shit like that. If you don't know where I got that from, it's because you probably like, yo, why did you just say it like that? Okay. So I used to listen to this podcast called, oh my gosh, yo, Checkpoint. So Checkpoint, one of the hosts is a huge fan of Devil May Cry. And I wish that the anime came out at the same time they were still doing the podcast, because I would love to hear a deep dive with this. But you know, and one of the things that they used to scream out was, hey, pull your double trigger, pull my double trigger. Like this, so yeah, sorry. I know it's a little bit of an inside joke, but yeah, man. Overall, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. Especially the score makes it a 10 out of 10 for Devil May Cry, man, because these adaptations have done amazing. Like the plot was great, and finding out certain things. I'm trying not to spoil it because I want you guys to go and watch it and enjoy it yourselves. But like all the fight scenes between Dante and Virgil are good as shit. They are actually really good. Mundus versus I forgot his name. Argus, or something like that. I think it's Argos. It was okay. That fight was like, okay, that was an alright fight. But the lady fights with the clones, great fight too, by the way. Great fighting. Really it's just about like what would the world do if they figured out there's another world that they can invade practically, or this other world's trying to invade ours, and how can we exploit that? That's what it feels like this season was. And I think they did an amazing job with it. I definitely, if you guys haven't yet, like I said, Netflix has done a great job with fleshing out these characters, with making, fleshing out these characters and making the plot makes a lot of sense. Not condensing it. They have really took their time with this, and I really, really appreciate them for that. And that's really in the score. Like, I know I keep saying the score, but the fucking score was amazing. Okay, so you're gonna enjoy it, I promise. And if you haven't seen any of the other ones that I just talked about, go check those out too. You're gonna enjoy it. Next, we're gonna go to, this is called the shit sandwich. We're not gonna call this episode the ish sandwich because I already called one that. Because I completely forgot what I told you guys that was next. Oh my gosh. Oh, Wild Rose. Oh shit. Oh, fuck, man. I never watched so much bad acting in my fucking life, and I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing. They tried to make us believe that Amarion is this badass super soldier assassin. That's what they tried to make it. First of all, the movements were horrible. I was watching it and I was just like, I'm angry with myself. I'm watching this. I have to. I'm here. You know how you have to watch a train wreck sometimes? I had to watch a train wreck. And sometimes you have to watch the car crash that just happened just to make sure that you know that it did happen in front of you. I was watching this and I was just like, oh, this shit is bad. This is horrible. Like, his acting is bad. Like, you mean, dog, why? Just give us another You Got Served. We cool. You're not an action star. First of all, You're too small to be one. I'm sorry. Sorry, not trying to be mean. Not trying to be mean. Too small to be an action star. And the guy that they have as his brother was just as small as him. And it was a shit show. It was a shit show. I think it was 8 episodes. Why can't black TV get it together? This type, like indie black TV. Why can't they get it together? I don't know how. I don't know how. The Family Business, people are sitting here saying, man, that's such a great show. No, it's not. What? Yo, hold on, my bad. This gave me family business thought processes, except that you didn't have two women somehow figure out how to become assassins between episode 1 and 2, became these deadly fucking assassins. Also had this stripped down, you know what I'm saying, to like practically nothing to start fighting. I mean, to start like start doing assassinations. Like they were in perfectly good clothes to go and start assassinating people or protect their home, but I think their home was being attacked or something, and they were like, "Oh, you know what we should do? We should just go strip down and just go and that's how we're gonna do that." That's the family bit. That was a scene in the Family Business, and the crazy part is one of the actresses, I think, I forgot her. No, her last name is Hill. Jaleska. I'm gonna mess her name up. I'm sorry, I don't mean to mess her name up. She played Riley on not Riley. Ryan Wilder on the second season of Batwoman. She was on there. And I was sitting here like, yeah, that was a good decision because that it's bad as that show wasn't that bad, but at the same time I was like, you might want to, yeah, this might be it. They might 86 this bad boy. It's not as bad as Gotham Knights because I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. I'm sorry, I keep going off topic. Yes, Wild Rose. Amar, he wasn't believable. It just wasn't believable. He just seemed like he was a know-it-all, but at the same time, he was a fuck-up. And then you get this whole twist that happens, and you're just sitting here watching just like, oh, so we knew this twist was coming, right? We knew this was coming, right? We didn't, so nobody knew this was real. Okay, this is dumb. Absolutely. This is a horrible show. Oh my gosh. I think the girl that he was supposed to be protecting, that was the singer, that was bad. She was not a great actress. Everybody did not do a great job. It was just not good. I watched it and I was just like, the first scene where I seen him fighting in the club, I was just like, oh, you're trying to make me believe that he can fight. Okay. Non-believer here. I didn't believe not one part of that. I didn't think that his little ass can fight off 6'4", 300-pound motherfuckers that are trained fighters. There's no way. There's no way. There's no feng shui. There's no, redirecting energy. There's none of that shit. I don't believe it, not one fucking bit. First of all, he was too stiff as a fighter. Secondly, the stance that he made just made completely no sense. I have so many questions of who the fuck approved this shit. And how can I get paid to be on something so shitty? I have no problem doing that. Please. If you guys want to go check out a train wreck, if you want to do that, it's on the All Black network, All BLK network. Clearly they fucked that up. You know what I mean? That's like the BET, like when the BET was trying to do sketch shows, or not sketch shows, were trying to do like, scripted shows like this, and fucked it up. This was it. This is exactly what happened. I could have made a better show than this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm out of shape, and I probably could have got in shape and got it right. Like that shit, that was by far hilariously bad. Like that, what? You wanted me to believe that this dude is a top flight assassin hold on. Pretty much this has been done before, if I remember correctly. I can't remember the show or the movie. I'm pretty sure this has been done before, where they act like they are a temp agency. That's what it was. They act like they're a temp agency, and underneath the temp agency is where they're training these assassins that look nothing like assassins. I guess this was supposed to be the appealing part, but I'm not intimidated by these people. Like at all. They had this one light skinned dude that was apparently supposed to kill the singer girl, and I was just like, you're not gonna kill anyone. Who are you? Like, I don't even think you can fight your way out of a fucking cardboard box. Like, it really looked bad. I had to do this. Okay, I had to do this, and now we're gonna get a double stuff of a shit sandwich, which is gonna be Nemesis that was on Netflix. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Once again, another black show. They're like, well, this dude is just bashing black shows. Yes, because they're fucking poorly done. I mean, they had a good idea. It was a good idea. It was a great idea. Great idea. Cop gets obsessed with this bank robbery. People, apparently they killed his partner, and he gets obsessed with it. Okay, I got that. That's cool. His marriage is falling apart because he lives in his own he lives in the guest house of his fucking house, and his wife are right there. Are they separated? I don't fucking know. And so they're in separation mode, and he's in the guest house, and she's starting to get smitten by an ex-friend of theirs. That's a lawyer who happens to work with the cop. And really just playing in his face. That part was like fucked up in my opinion. Also, they gave his dad one of the worst nicknames I've ever heard of in my fucking thug life. You know what I'm saying? Of the thuggish, you could have found any name, any cool name to call someone. First of all, I'm sorry. This is just bad as shit. I'm sorry, I have to do this. First of all, the name. His name is Nightmare. That was his nickname, is Nightmare. First of all. Fucking. Whew. Secondly, he was the greatest wheelman of all time. Not the greatest bank robber. They called him the greatest wheelman of all time. What fucking nightmare is he giving being the greatest wheelman of all time? First, and then he's got like an 80s haircut with a high top fade. I think that's what that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. It was bad. Okay? He wasn't believable. And then all of a sudden he's a killer. What? The fuck are we doing here? I ain't even gotten to his son yet. His son is, let's be real, light skin. So he's going through the light skin anger shit where they get a little bit angry at the dark skinned fellow. Of course, they wanted to make this a light skin versus dark skin shit. I see it Netflix, and I don't approve. Normally, I would approve of shit like this, especially dark skin ones. But the light skin motherfucker, he wasn't believable. This is like Marion. He wasn't believable that he's this tough cop that I should be intimidated of. And old boy was not. Okay? Coltrane was his name. I forgot the other guy's name. I'm not gonna lie to you. Light skin was I remember dark skin because you know what I mean, dark skin team dark skin all day. You know what I'm saying? That's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. Actually I do forget his name. I feel kind of bad actually. Hold on. I don't feel bad because it was terrible fucking acting. But Isaiah, that's what it was. So Isaiah is the cop. Isaiah Styles is the cop. I didn't believe him. I just was like, this is not a tough cop. I think he gets smacked around by perps all the time. And also, he's wearing designer clothes on a cop's fucking salary. Okay. Lives in this big ass house that has a guest house in the back on a cop's salary. And cops will even tell you on a cop's salary, this dude's on the take. They would tell you that. I think they would. I think, I don't give a fuck how great your credit is. There's no way he could afford a house in California that looks like that. And also wear designer clothes and also have a nice fucking car. No fucking way. No shot. No shot unless you're on the fucking take. But we're going to continue on. Coltrane. Now, his character was cool. He was a bank robber. Not a bank robber. He was just a robber. I won't say bank robber. He's a robber. I know I kept saying bank robbers, but they're not. They're bank, whatever. I want to say this. The character design was cool. The acting was not. He was not a good actor. It's just not good. It wasn't good. I would once again not fucking believable. They have old buddy from the guy that played Magic Johnson on Showtime. I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I refuse to remember it. No, I'm joking. It was actually a very good show. I'm very pissed off that they can't. I'm still angry with HBO that they canceled that show. Sorry, continuing on. Once again, not believable. You're trying to tell me that guy's a Crip? Yeah, on Dead Homies. Like, I don't know how many times he said on Dead Homies, but I feel like Crips don't say that all the fucking time, as many times as he said that shit. I just don't. I don't think so. I don't believe it. It's unbelievable. I won't believe it. I will not believe it. I won't. I know a few Crips in my day. There ain't no fucking way. I never heard them just all the fucking time say, yeah, man, on the Dead Homies. Nobody says that shit. They might say it in a timely fashion, but the motherfucker said it every single time he had a chance. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. And then you had an Asian fellow that acted as though he was one of us. And I'm sitting here watching him just like, yeah, this ain't it either. Like, I've met a few that can, I mean, it could be a little bit mistaken. They say the N-word. They may say nigga one time, I might have to fucking smack the shit out of them. That, and then they'll stop. But this one, I didn't, he probably fit his character more than everybody else because he was like a sniper and they all were, supposedly, I think they all were fucking, military. And then the second in command was also light-skinned, angry. We had a nice little light-skin on light-skin battle inside of the interrogation room. That was funny. I know it was supposed to be a serious situation, but it was funny. I would say the first 2 episodes are very bad. No, I wouldn't say very bad. I'm sorry. The first 2 episodes are bad. I'm not gonna lie. They're bad. Just is. The last episodes aren't too bad. If it gets a season 2, I'll be surprised. Also, I'm trying to figure out how 2 light skin people had a dark skinned son. Also, that kid was pulling a drag of a blunt like that motherfucker just knew what the fuck he was doing. And when Isaiah saw him when he walked through that door and saw him pulling on that blunt, I was like, yo, that ain't the first time he smoked a blunt. That's not the first time that kid has smoked a blunt. I can promise you that. You're a bad detective. You're not a good detective. You're not good at your job. And every time bro had to make a good decision, he's always made the wrong decision. All times. Like, how do you leave your wife at a party where she's getting hit on by an ex? That's never made sense. That didn't make any sense to me. Like, I've never been so locked in to another dude that even if he was robbing places and that was part of my job, I would never be that locked fucking in if my wife was like, you know what I mean? If me and her are on the ropes, I'm trying to work shit out. That's never made any fucking sense to me. That I'm sorry, it just didn't make any. Like, every time bro had to make a good decision, he fuck it up. He left his son at a fucking restaurant. Like, what are we doing here? Also, you wanted me to believe that kid can play basketball. You wanted me to believe that kid can play basketball. Also, how did Coltrane know all their fucking shoe sizes when he came to the basketball game with all the shoes? I have many fucking questions. Okay, I have so many. They're not going to get answered, and it's going to bother me. I'm just, oh, fuck, that show was bad. Oh, my gosh. I talked about that more than I talked about the good ones. I'm sorry. Continuing on. I'm done. We're done. Nemesis is on Netflix. If this tells y'all to go watch this show, sure. Good luck. That's all I have to say. Good luck to you. I get more power to you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Young Sherlock. Amazon Prime's Young Sherlock. Holy mother goose. That show is actually really good. They did an amazing job with the storytelling of Young Sherlock. You guys might not know this, but I've always been a big fan of detective movies. I mean, not detective movies, sorry, detective books. I've read a lot of Sherlock Holmes. I've read some Sherlock Holmes in my day. And of course, my favorite superhero and I mean this with everything I say. I'm going to say it with my chest this time, though. My favorite superhero is the world's greatest detective, Batman. So, of course, detective stuff is right up my alley. But I would say the young Sherlock they did a great job with this. Is this I don't think this is Guy Ritchie though. Hold on. It might be Guy Ritchie. And if it is, man, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. If they told me what am I looking for? Young Sherlock. I think it is Guy Ritchie. Yeah, it deserved it. 7.5. Yes. Oh, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, it is Guy Ritchie. Oh, snap, crackle. I knew it was Guy Ritchie. There's a reason why I liked it. I love Guy Ritchie movies and TV shows apparently now. Actually, he's done quite a few. I think he started really dipping his toes in the TV realm because Mobland is his too. I think possibly, but Young Sherlock definitely goes on like the Snatch. If you guys have watched Snatch from Guy Ritchie, you will exactly know what I'm talking about. This went. If it was just with him and Moriarty, that is Snatch to me. It's Jason Statham and when Jason Statham's character and what you call it, like they were doing all their stuff. Like they were were they cops? No, they weren't cops. They're like fixers. Him and Stephen Graham's character. I forgot both their names from Snatch, but it was one of my favorite movies of all time. Like top 15, possibly, maybe even top 10. I need to do a top 10 movie list at some point. Okay, continuing on. Sorry, Young Sherlock though, man, it's a young Sherlock Holmes. Of course, he's going to be a little bit. Yes, he's going to be deductive. He's going to have all of that, but it's still a kid and still a guy that's starting college and he's going to make mistakes here and there. Of course, he can't fight. He can win with his brain. And I love that they didn't automatically make Moriarty into his enemy because of course that's his greatest enemy is Moriarty. So I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad that they are working them as friends and then, at the end of the season, the rift is starting to happen. And so, well, no, not really. I don't think it really happened. Well, really, we're just trying to figure out Sherlock. I mean, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me continue on. So there's a plot to kill they're trying to steal these not Jade. Fuck, yo. Damn, I should have rewatched this shit. But they think that he murdered these professors. That's what it was. So it's a bunch of professors that are getting murdered. And he was accused of the murders. And also there was a bomb that was put in one of the library or some shit like that where they were having like a little meeting. Not a meeting, it's kind of a huge meeting. And they blew up the place and there's a whole like conspiracy behind this. And Sherlock has to figure out why he was, first of all, why he's being framed. Secondly, who's doing this and why. You know what I'm saying? And, they're doing it through like detective work and everything like that. And of course, there are clumsy parts of it. And of course, there is, there's smart parts of it. So, just raw talent, pretty much what he is right now. So I'm going to say this is a great show. I loved it. I love it because this is, like I said, I love detective shit. I love watching cat and mouse. I love watching people like start to put the puzzle pieces together in their mind, use their mind as a big ass puzzle board. Like I love it. I really do. I think they did a really good job of making Sherlock not automatically winning all the time, making him have to really work to get the win in this show. There's a lot of plot twists in here. Of course, we get the Guy Ritchie scenes where somebody's telling a story and you're watching the whole story go. Guy Ritchie's famous for that. To me, I think he's very famous for that. He did it in not Robin Hood. Is it Robin Hood, the one with Charlie Hunnam? Fuck, King Arthur. He did it in King Arthur. Of course, Snatch. And if you know what type of scenes I'm talking about, that's the scene I'm talking about. I mean, type of scene like he does. So, yeah, I think he's one of my favorite directors. For real. I really, did he do The Gentleman? I think he did both The Gentlemen's, the movie and the TV. Damn. Richie's on one. We're talking about him more. So I've been waiting for the second season of that too. What? happened. That show was good. The gentleman, yo, if you guys get a chance, definitely go check out The Gentleman. Yeah, and they also had him on a Range Rover commercial on the same property that The Gentleman was shot on. Just put it out there. All right, continue on. Sorry. But yes, Young Sherlock is on Amazon right now. I know you guys like, man, yo, you gave the bad shit more time than you get the good shit, because I'd rather spoil the bad shit for you guys, because I don't want you guys to go watch that, but I have to report on it because I watched it and I feel like y'all need to. I don't want you to share the same pain that I had to go through. But the good stuff, I want you guys to enjoy it for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do. I want you to sit around here and be like, this is a good show. This is a great show. Damn, he was right. You know what I'm saying? I gave you little breadcrumbs. I gave you a little bit of breadcrumbs. I just found out that My Adventures with Superman just came back out too, season 3. So I will definitely be watching that tonight. Episode 1, baby. Ooh. I definitely need to go back and watch The Bear too, because I definitely have not watched. It's crazy. I was one of the first people to start on that show, and then I completely fell the fuck off. So, go watch the Young Sherlock. It's on Amazon Prime. If you like Guy Ritchie movies and Guy Ritchie shows, that is prime time Guy Ritchie shit. So with that, I like to say I love you guys so much, man. Go check out the TikTok and Instagram for the comic book review of Nephilim, because you're going to enjoy it. You're going to see my Nephilim shirt too. Okay, that was something. Okay, that was something. I better not do that again. Sorry, my bad. I wanted to just say, you guys are taking your time out to listen to the podcast. Hopefully you are enjoying the podcast right now. I'm hoping next week me and Michael Carroll will come back on here and talk about Furious, or we're going to be talking about Comic Cast. One the fuck too. I don't care. Whatever way he wants to, whatever, you know what I mean? Whoever floats the boat. You know what I mean? And then later on this week we will have a Patreon. I need to figure out the Patreons. I think it's gonna be conspiracy shit. This was conspiracies out there. Also, that's what we're gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll do the Patreon on. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. So, with that, this week is Juneteenth. So, you know what I mean? Definitely probably will have a Juneteenth episode. I don't know what about yet, but because I don't think, have I done a cruising around the world about Juneteenth? I think I did. I wanted to check again. With that, you see how I'm doing like the whole scheduling right now here with you guys, because this is exclusively you guys, even though it's not Patreon. So I'm sorry. Hey, but by the way, man, where you can find the Cruising Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs, that's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, you can find latest updates to the show. It's on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. And with that, I'd like to say, man, thank you guys so much for listening. Please go follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube. Also, on Instagram, please go subscribe or follow. You know what I mean? Hit the follow button. Go like the latest post that's coming out. Also on TikTok, and you know what I mean? I'm doing YouTube Shorts. All that cool stuff. Also, I'm probably gonna have a little bit of an announcement later on this week. Can't wait. I just need to, you know, get some shit nailed down and stuff like that. And, you know, he's nailed down. Did you cross the I's and dot the T's? You know what I'm saying? Just do that wrong? I did. Cross the T's and dot the I's. Yeah. Wow. I cannot believe I just did that. Holy Nikes. Sorry, y'all. Please do not judge me, okay? So with that, I like to say I love you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.